Hey, what's going on, everybody? You already know who it is. It's your boy BT. So, there was a few years ago when a fellow from Akron, Ohio, decided to take his talents to South Beach and play for the Miami Heat and win championships. We saw a prime LeBron James. Okay, we saw a guy that was so damn good at the time. So, his level of intelligence, understanding, and application to the sport of basketball. Coupled with him winning a few championships and MVPs and going to a few All-Star games, all of this made people say, is he as good as Jordan? They asked the question, is he as good as Jordan? Is he better than Jordan? Some people said he is. Some people even went as far as to say he was better than Jordan. Remember I've gotten into arguments with a prominent basketball writers over this before, and I've always said that. Michael Jordan was way better than LeBron as a complete player. And I even told people, even when LeBron was in his prime, I said LeBron is great right now, but a lot of his game, a lot of what he bases the game off of is athletically driven. Michael Jordan, you saw it towards the end of his career with the Wizards, a lot of his game wasn't athletically driven. He had the post moves, he had different ways to score. And I feel like once LeBron, as a physical specimen, as a guy who can jump 48 inches in the freaking air, declines, so does he. And when I say decline, I mean like a very sharp decline. As a scorer, but as a facilitator, he'll always have the ability to pass the ball. But it's different when it's one thing when I say it. But when a guy like Hakeem Olajuwon says it, people shut up and listen. And Hakeem Olajuwon came out and he said it. He was like, "Yo," I'll read you the quote. Hakeem Olajuwon basically came out and he said, when people start comparing him with Jordan, then that's not a fair comparison. Jordan was a far more superior player in a very tough league. He was very creative. That's not taking away anything from LeBron because he's a great player, but it is not a fair comparison because Jordan is a far superior player. Hakeem Olajuwon, if there was anybody fully qualified and equipped to talk about these two players and them being and who's better, it's definitely Hakeem Olajuwon. Hakeem Olajuwon played against Michael Jordan. And he's trained LeBron James multiple summers before. So he saw Jordan in his prime. He trained LeBron in his prime. So who better than Hakeem Olajuwon to make an assessment like this? He is right. And Michael Jordan was always better than LeBron. And everything he said in this quote, verbatim, is 100% correct. And here's why. Far more superior player. Obviously, as a scorer, we know he was a far more superior player. We know the year that he played point guard for the Bulls. There was a year when I don't know the year off the top of my head, but there was a year he played for the Bulls, and he had like 17 straight triple doubles, or like he had the second most highest streak of triple doubles, or some crazy thing like that, while he was a point guard. And he showed his passing ability, and we know Jordan is an underrated passer. Anybody who really knows Jordan knows he was an underrated passer. And it wasn't a much tougher league that was not geared towards offensive prowess being displayed every night. And what I mean when I say that is, in today's NBA, it's easier to space the floor. It's easier to get to the rim because there's no hand checking involved. They have the whole illegal defense thing. Centers can't camp out in the paint anymore because of the whole 3-second violation. So it's really taking a lot of rim protecting opportunities out the way for big men these days, and the game has become more perimeter oriented. When Jordan played, you had your perimeter. Yeah, you had a great perimeter player. You had Michael Jordan, Glenn Rice, Scottie Pippen. You had plenty. Penny Hardaway. You had your perimeter guys, but the league was there were still plenty of first of all, there was more centers, and the league was more well balanced, and so there's that. LeBron's a great player, is an awesome passer, but he's declining at age 30. He's declining at age 30. Athletically, he's gonna start declining within the next few years, and the hype has really calmed down on this, and I'm glad a guy like Hakeem Olajuwon, who's a two-time champion, played against one in his prime, trained the other one in his prime, gave an assessment like this. So let me know what you guys think. Is Michael Jordan a far superior player to LeBron James? Leave your comments down below and be sure to subscribe.